that's not real because how big are your large and small intestines?
Miles.
They go for feet.
Miles.
Miles?
I believe so.
What? It can't be miles.
What? Miles of intestines.
What? You don't have miles of intestines.
I'm Googling it.
Google it.
Keep talking.
5,280 feet is a mile. There is no way you have a mile.
Put that much in you. That's only 1 mile.
Maybe in your frame, but not this frame.
I'm a big man. I have miles.
I think it was like a Troll 3.
Oh, shit. You're right.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
All right, about 20 feet.
Oh, okay. You only have 20 feet of intestine?
Yeah, well, about.
20
Of large or small?
Miles,
Small.
same
Large,
thing.
Small is like 27 and large is like 20.
You just made that up. You didn't even
I just
see
thought
it.
they had them both. I didn't read them all. I was just so disappointed in myself. Coming from you.
And another thing, there's one shot in the movie where, like, you can see clearly that the woods is only about 10 feet thick because you can see this huge, clear opening behind them.
They're fields, natural.
Then why would you
But
just
it's
walk
not
to that
the
field?
road, it's just fields.
Walk to that field, then
They
you'll be
do.
safe. They don't go to that field.
You're going to be safe just because you're in the field.
No, there's a road you get to see, too, I think, somewhere in it.
I don't remember seeing a road.
Maybe we
Half
should
the
watch it
best.
harder next time.
Watch it harder? You want me to put my eyes on the glass?
There's a road scene. You
This
can
should
see
be
a
the
road
tagline
through
of
the
the
brush.
podcast. Watch
You
it harder.
You can see the road through some brush.
What?
I
You
don't
can
believe
see
that's
the
true.
road through some brush. Maybe you should watch it harder. This great movie that you guys love. Pay attention more. How's that? Watch it harder.
You're so extreme.
Again,
The little bastard started messing up his papers.
He's been in his room working as far as she's known, and she
Cobra.
heard him screaming and
Even
comes.
though he's plotting.
Cobra.
But he was sleeping.
Can I just
When he
get-
went and go choked his son and then went
Can-
back and fell asleep.
Can I at least get this from you because I know you agree with me? Are kids jerks?
Yes.
Kids are jerks.
They are jerks.
They're absolute jerks.
You did say your daughter's mean.
She gets mean sometimes. She's so sweet.
They will
but
hit
she's
you,
so
they will
mean.
kick you, they will beat the living shit out of you.
They will pee on you. They will poop on you.
They will.
Yes, it's
And they don't
true.
care. They think it's funny. And then they run off laughing. Dude, through the house, put their dick on the glass. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
The paramedics came over and they checked one another and they were confused and they switched and they found out that they
70
were
degrees.
Yeah.
their body temperature was 70 degrees and they were dead. They had no heart rate.
During this part, Kayla's sitting there, and I'm like, hey, Kayla! I just kept doing this, because she does this shit to me when she watches Big Brother, so I'm like, I'm going to do it to her. I'm like, hey, Kayla, what would you do if one of your patients was 70 degrees? She's like, the fuck? He's dead. I'm like, oh, okay. Then they mentioned something about rigor mortis. I'm like, hey, Kayla, what would you do if one of your guys had rigor mortis? And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Had a rigor mortis.
You sounded like an Ohio trucker there.
Okay, so Troll upset, he's dragging these people around, they're not helping him, he gets in the store, and Clay's up there just fucking standing there going brr, 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 to the obviously retarded guy behind the counter. And finally Trent has had enough, and he's like, excuse me, are you going to buy something?
You damn right.
I can't.
It
I
comes
can't
off
move him.
as dickish, but I got where he's coming from. I've been in
You
that
may
situation.
Absolutely.
have to rewatch it and watch and root for Trent that way and see
Yeah.
how this feels because
I feel that way.
you're
People
making
squabbling
points.
over
And
a
it got-
coupon at a grocery store line. And
You're
like,
making
this
points.
is 75 cents. I'll give you the fucking 75 cents, you bitch, if you just fucking move along in the goddamn line and don't waste my goddamn time.
You might be right on this. What is this? There's a abandoned Catholic church in Los Angeles.
Is that where it is?
Yeah, I think all of his movies don't they take place?
Escape from New York doesn't.
Well, whatever.
And the
That's
Mouth
why-
of Madness doesn't.
But this
The
is
thing doesn't.
The Thing doesn't.
Halloween doesn't.
Halloween doesn't.
Halloween was filmed in Los Angeles. All right.
You said it takes place.
Well, this one does.
All right.
Takes place.
Well, we're
Just like
trying
all
to-
his other
Just like,
movies.
yeah.
I bet they're all filmed in LA.
Yeah. We'll
Except
start
for
most
the thing.
movies. We shouldn't mock that because
No, it's bad.
it's bad, but I think if we can do this, the Mothman himself lives near me.
We don't want
He tried to fight me at the bar one night. Never tried this out?
Fantastic!
Oh
No.
my goodness.
The man who played the Mothman lives near us, and I was at the bar one night, and he was drunk. Should I tell the story?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He kept tapping me on the shoulder and getting up in my face, telling me he was the
The
Mothman.
world is gonna end.
You're saying he was the Mothman.
Yeah, he kept telling me. And then he kept telling me he was the bodyguard for a figure skater named Oksana Bayul.
Yeah.
You don't know Oksana Bayul.
Well, he kept telling me. Boo.
That sounds fake. Maybe
So-
she's like from Romania or something.
Finally, he grabbed my shoulder to turn me to get in my face again to tell me how much he was the Mothman. And I yelled, "I don't give a fuck."
You can say fuck.
And then he stood up from the bar seat he was sitting on, and
He's 6'9".
this man is about at least 6'6".
He's 6'9". I
Is he
think.
6'9"?
I think so.
And I smiled at him, and eventually I asked him, or he kept asking me if I wanted his autograph. So I said sure, and he
Do
was.
you have it?
Yeah, I don't think so. But he told me he put his autograph was up yours and then his name. But he.
Maybe we won't get him for the show.
But then he asked if anybody wanted a round, and I of course was like, "Oh, it's a free beer." So, and he gave me this dirty look like, "I don't want to buy you a beer because I don't like you." But then he ended up buying me a beer, so it was all right. But yes, he tried to fight me in a bar one night. My story of the Mothman.
Local legend, the Mothman.
Yeah,
some
they
maggots.
got torches again.
Eat some worms.
If there's
How
some
can 100
torches.
billion people or a billion people be wrong, Michael?
What?
Look that up real
It
quick.
was a billion people, not 100 billion people.
No, was there a billion people in China in 1987 when this movie came out?
Dear God, why do you want me to look that up?
Because
Look
he
up
says
the
a billion
population
people.
of China in
He said a
1987.
billion people in China.
I'm gonna safely say yes.
You in 1987?
It was referenced in Red Dawn.
Look it up.
I'm
I
telling
wanna
you,
know.
Why in God's name?
I'm not looking it up.
Look it up. I
I'm
want
not.
to know when China hit 1
Why
billion.
don't you get
What
a
if they-
modern phone and you can look it up
Are you
yourself?
gonna be upset if they had like 900 million?
Yeah.
You're upset that this vampire movie is inaccurate with its population.
Yeah, it's historical element. Look up China's population.
No! I'm talking about piss being sterile. This guy's like a regular Wikipedia. He just names all this random shit.
True
Is that a
story.
MacGyver reference?
True story about
Maybe.
piss.
Oh, good.
Here we go. This is gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
You had to drink
When I was in high school, I was in 12th grade. Joe Basta, I went over to his house one night and we were playing ping pong. He had a broken leg and there was a Diet Coke can slightly open. And I just got done playing ping pong. I was sweating. I was like, whose Diet Coke is this? Nobody said anything. I took a swig from it.
Oh.
It was his piss. He had pissed in it the night before because he had a broken leg and didn't want to go to the toilet. I did not swallow. I immediately thought something good and I spit it out.
got stipplered.
I got bronchitis like 2 days later. Bronchitis 2 days later from that.
Did you tell him?
No, because it didn't really mean it.
What's your new nickname?
It didn't
Piss
mean
Breath?
anything to me.
No, nobody knew I did it because
I drank
it was just
the piss.
me, him, and like 2 other guys from high school. We were playing ping pong, and I was like, "Whose Diet Coke is this?" I didn't say anything, and I was like,
Obviously, they knew you did it.
I drank a
They
piss,
knew I did
but it
it,
didn't
but
mean anything.
it
Really.
didn't.
That's a Clinton. I smoked pot, but I didn't inhale.
Well, I mean, I drank.
I drank piss, but I didn't swallow.
swallow.
Can you cut that out?
I didn't.
Cobra just saying I didn't swallow, and then every once in a while we'll just plug it in.
I'll just put I drink his piss, but it didn't mean anything.
That's even funnier.
I hate you guys.
Whoa! I just looked.
What?
You made that box in 7th grade shop class?
Hmm.
I fucking got a B on my box.
Wow, I'm gonna
Funny,
tell you
that
my
upsets
story
me.
next time.
Wait a minute, this might sound bad. But anyways, she was the first one in my class who had titties.
Boobs.
Yes!
He said titties. I like that. Leave that in.
She didn't have a finished product for the class, so I gave her mine that I got a B on, she got an A on.
Did
She
you
had
get?
tits!
Listen, I'll tell you about my box. I said I walked up there with my finished product. My finished product. I said, "This is probably like I had missed a lot of days, so I had been copying off all the girls. I had been copying, but I had one of the
Why
girls.
the girls?
I had one of the girls because they were better at this. They took better instructions about what to do, and the girls. I had one of the girls like put that glossy coat. What is that called? On my
I
box.
don't know.
What is that? I don't know what it's called. She put that glossy coat on my
Wait,
box,
something.
and I walked up to it,
It's glossy coat on
and
my
I was
box.
like, he's like, what do you think you deserve on this? And it looked kind of good. It looked pretty good. It was a natural. I didn't go with the oak.
Natural glossy
I didn't go with the oak or the Chevelle or whatever there was. I went the natural look, and he liked my glossy coat. And I said, this is probably...
He liked my glossy coat.
I said, this is probably a B, maybe B plus. And he goes, you know what? This is an A minus.
What?
A minus I got in my box with that glossy coat. I didn't even know who
I
it
got
was.
an A minus because of that glossy coat.
I don't know who
on
put
my
that
box.
glossy coat on my box, but it was worth an A. I said, this is a B, maybe a B plus, and he looked at me and goes, this is an A minus. I'm sorry my box was better than you guys'. I can't help that.
I'm
Cobra's
sorry.
box was the king shit. Are we still talking about Ernest?
We're still talking about Ernest.
Holy fuck. Okay.